Hello everybody, Galarian Sangvi here, and welcome to the next episode. After some thinking, I've decided to leave the training ground until a little later until we get one of the items in the Spirit Temple. So consider that a little taste of the training ground. I do want to get its item before we do one portion of the Spirit Temple. Anyway, if you want to get there, you gotta come over here. Hey, newcomer! That's all they see. Apparently the Gerudos are not much of conversationalists, if you ask me. They climb up here, which I actually prefer this area at night. I prefer Gerudo Valley at night, even though you don't, the Gerudo Fortress at night, even though you don't get the awesome music. Also, I think when you're sneaking around in here, I think the Gerudos have less sight range when you do that. Now, let's talk to her. Hey, rookie. Are you going into the desert? I'll open the gate for you, but you can't cross the desert unless you pass the 2 trials. The first trial is the River of Sand. You can't walk across this river. After you cross it, follow the flags we placed there. The second trial is the Phantom Guide. Those without eyes that can see the truth will only find themselves returning here. You're going anyway, aren't you? I won't stop you. Go ahead. Now, they say eyes that can see the truth. Do the Gerudos have, like, an endless supply of Lens of Truth in their possession? Like, is the Lens of Truth, like, a very common item in the Zelda universe? Because there's a Lens of Truth in Majora's Mask, and that takes place in a completely different country. Like, I could sort of understand the Gerudos. What am I doing? I can't write opponent in there. I'm an idiot. I can sort of understand the Gerudos having Lens of Truth, because at least they're right next to Hyrule, but Termina, I don't even know how close it is to Hyrule, if at all, so how do they have Lens of Truth? If you chase a mirage, the desert will swallow you. There's only one true path. The Haunted Waste. I have to admit, the manga made this place very, very creepy. If you read the manga, I won't spoil it for people that haven't read the manga, but if you read the manga, oh boy, you're in for an interesting time. Anyway, you need the long shot to get across here. They basically did this as a check to see if you had the long shot. Anyway, follow the signs, but you may notice this sign. Those reckless enough to venture into the desert, please stop by my shop. The Carpet Merchant. There is a person in a giant quicksand on a magic carpet. This person will sell you bomb chews at a ridiculous price. He actually doesn't tell you what he's selling. He sells you bomb chews, but he doesn't tell you what the item is. He just hopes that you buy it. But you need an item, but you can't get to him by jumping. You actually need an item that you can get in the Shadow Temple. But there's no need to buy the item off him, because A, you would have either gotten bomb shoes from the Skulltula house, and if you didn't have any bomb shoes remaining, you can get bomb shoes in the upcoming dungeon, because they're needed for a puzzle. So you do not need to buy bomb shoes from this guy at all. It's the only reason you would ever want bomb shoes off that guy if you want to restock. And honestly, bomb shoes are not that useful, so you're probably never going to buy bomb shoes from him. Anyway, immediately go down here first, and you'll find a Skulltula sheltering itself from the storm. And I never did switch back to my Master Sword. Oops. So let's get this. Okay, I'm gonna have to hook shot it. I thought I could get it with a backflip. Now, for those with keen eyes, you may notice the torches next to us are unlit. Let's light them up. In it, you'll get a neat little reward. If I face the chest in the correct way, of rupees. So if you're ever running low of rupees, there's some free rupees for you. And I need to get rid of that green potion. I bought that for the Dark Link fight, and I didn't need it, so I'm gonna have to either drink it or sell it. Because I want that at some point to have a blue potion on me. Anyway, climb up here. Because there is nowhere that you can go. One with the eyes of truth shall be guided to the spirit temple by an inviting ghost. Now Now you may hear a swooshing sound if you have a keen ear. But you don't see a Poe or anything. Use the lens of truth, there it is. I'll be your guide on the way, but coming back I won't play. I'll show you the way to go, so follow me and don't be slow. I only just realized it rhymes. But yeah, follow this ghost. You have to follow this ghost exactly. If you deviate from the path whatsoever, you will just be reset to the beginning of the area. So make sure you follow this ghost path exactly. You have these enemies, I think these are Tektites, I think they're called, that will attack you, but just ignore them. They're not worth the trouble. Because this ghost will not stop for you whatsoever. And you may see the 2 goalposts that you want to cross through to get into the Spirit Temple, but if you try to run for it without the ghost leading you there, you're just going to be resetted, so you have to follow the ghost exactly. So just keep following the ghosts. Just follow the ghosts, and we should be there. So, if the ghost doesn't guide you back, how do the Gerudos get back and forth to this area? Like, this is supposed to be a place they commonly come to. It's like, how do they go back and forth, especially when relaying orders from Nabooru, who that happens to be here. These things are super weak, however. Or lever. Why did I call them Tektites? I just remember the Tektites are a completely different enemy. First off, I wanted that to be over where the lens of truth was, but okay. Okay, I was beginning to wonder what that shadow was. First off, lay a bomb. Or chuck a bomb. Lay a bomb here. And get hurt. To find the fairy fountain. This is, I think, one of the... Not the last fairy fountain, but the second to last. Last fairy fountain in the entire game. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. We got the final spell, Nehru's Love. Cast this to create a powerful protective barrier. Its defensive magic can be used with C. Nehru's Love is in effect for only a limited time, so use it carefully. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. So Nehru's Love. I'm going to show it off because I rarely use this item. It is a really, really good item for what it's worth. If you're having troubles with the game, this makes boss fights and stuff very easy because What you do is that you deploy Naru's love. And you create a protective barrier. While in this barrier, nothing can hurt you. It does consume magic over time, but nothing will hurt you when you're in this barrier. No matter the attack, even the most powerful attack in the game cannot hurt you while in this barrier. It is the ultimate defense. On Naru's love, these free spells, Din's Fire, Fiora's Wind, and Naru's Love would actually become Zelda's moveset in Smash Bros. She would actually use these spells differently to how Link used them in a more offensive way. Anyway, there's nothing we can do in the Spirit Temple much as you look around, so just enter and leave. Past, present, future. The Master Sword is a ship with which you can sail upstream and downstream through Time's river. The port for that ship is in the Temple of Time. To restore the Desert Colossus and enter the Spirit Temple, you must travel back through Time's flow. Listen to this Requiem of Spirit. This melody will lead a child back to the desert. You have learned the Requiem of Spirit. And Sheik is gone. Now, before we go back to the Temple of, I was about to say the Temple of Light. Temple of Time. I want to quickly walk over here. First off, you will notice this. Die! You'll notice this oasis here, but there's no water. Stand over here on this rock and play the Song of Storms. Bringing the storms. You will fill up the oasis, releasing fairies, so this place you can come here to restock on fairies. As a matter of fact, I think it's actually more convenient than the where the Forest Temple is at because you're closer to the fairies. So this is a great place you want to restock on fairies. Now, excuse me while I try to remember what the Temple of Time song is. Oh, wait. No, I don't want to teleport. I just remember a place I want to go. Hold on, Temple of Time. You're just going to have to wait. What is the Fire Temple song? What is that song? I just remembered something there. And I immediately forget the notes. Down A, da 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 da. Down A, da da. Da da. Do 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 do. Let's go to Death Mountain. Here we go. We're flying away. We planted a magic bean plant when we were a kid here. I've been forgetting about this. But you can... Where am I? Oh boy! But you could climb up here once you use the magic bean plant to get a piece of heart. Now to teleport back to the Temple of Time while engulfed by smoke. Oops. Okay, how am I getting the notes wrong? There we go. Now, let's return as a child. Do 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 do. Time to go back to a child. You just gotta remember the song. The spirit song is A down, right. And like Sheik said, this song led a child back to the desert. Because you cannot enter Gerudo Fortress as a child. So you have no way to get here. And man, these things are bigger. So before we enter Gerudo, I was going to say the Gerudo Temple. Before we enter the Spirit Temple. The Gerudo Temple. Oh, that actually reminds me something. There was a webcomic I watched on YouTube. You occasionally see people post comics on YouTube. By the way, if you want this thing to be filled up as a child, you do need to do the song as a child, which I'll quickly do that. There was a comic I saw on YouTube called I think if I remember correctly, it was called Born Gerudo. I think there's only 2 episodes of this comic so far. And basically, Born Gerudo is it's a fan comic, obviously. And Born Gerudo basically takes the concept of the idea of what if Link was raised by the Gerudos? Like, what if a random Link, was raised by the Gerudos? And it's actually a really interesting webcomic. They managed to work in a few Zelda characters that appear. A few Zelda characters like Midna's in there. Girahim's in there for some reason. I think he's also a Gerudo, which you actually do see other Gerudo males. So, which is odd since there's supposed to be only one Gerudo male, I think. And Ganondorf is actually Link's adopted father in this comic. And he's actually a really nice guy from what I remember reading this comic on YouTube. It's actually really, really good. If you're interested in it, I'll see if I can find a link to it if possible. Oh, and put it in the description. But if you are interested in Zelda fan comics, I would recommend looking up Born Gerudo. It's actually a really, really interesting fan comic. So we planted the final magic bean plant, and we will go in the Spirit Temple in the next episode. See you all then.